chat. If you are new here, I just want to say hello. My name is B. Nice to meet you guys. Welcome to my channel. And today's topic is all about sticking to your budget. I'm speaking specifically to the soon-to-be newlyweds, or even if you are engaged and you have no idea when you are going to actually walk down the aisle, when you guys are actually going to say I do and make it a full commitment. And let's just get right into it. All right, so sticking to your budget. My number one reason why you should truly stick to your budget is because that debt is no one but you and your husband. So after that wedding day is over, now you have what in front of you? Your debt. So I'm going to tell you guys why you should stick to your budget. My number one reason why you should stick to your budget: after the fun is over, after the honeymoon phase and the wedding is over and all the fun is over. I mean, I'm not saying that it's just downhill. I'm not trying to paint that kind of picture. After everything is all said and done, guess what? Whatever debt you guys have is just you and your husband. No one else's responsibility but you and your husband. No one's going to help you out of that debt. I mean, granted, some of us have parents who might step in and chip in and give a few dollars here and there. When it's all said and done, truly, it is just you guys' debt. Do you really want to walk away in debt after your marriage? You guys just want to enjoy that honeymoon phase. You do not want to be looking at each other the next morning like, damn, you know, that was a beautiful wedding, but we really couldn't afford that. Stick to your budget, because now here it is, you guys are possibly going to be fighting. Stick to your budget. You have a budget for a reason. There's no reason why you guys should go outside of your budget. Come together, make a plan on what it is that you really want at your wedding, what it is that's going to make your day a little bit more special. Everything that you see is really just not need. A big cake, extremely long train, crazy huge venue with 300 people. All of those things aren't actually needed. Think about what it is that you really want at your wedding that really is going to make a difference in that day. That is what you should spend your money on. That is what you should use, whatever money that you guys have set aside, and just stick to that. Not let people make you think that you have to go outside your budget in order to please them. Stick to your budget, because you guys have to pay that back. And that brings me to number two. The number one reason for divorce is for financial problems. If you guys didn't know that, the number one reason why people divorce is over money. So if you're getting married, do you really want the reason why you guys are divorced is because you are in debt, because you are trying to pay off a wedding, because you try to please other people? You do not want to fight over money. You guys do not want to be struggling as well. I say stick to your budget. It doesn't matter if you have a budget as little as $5,000, $2,000. You can even have a budget as small as $500. That does not mean that you cannot get married. Stick to your budget, you guys. If you guys have a plan, stick to your plan. Stick to whatever it is. Do not go into your life savings trying to have this extravagant wedding. And also keep in mind, it's important to have money for a rainy day. So if you guys get money at your wedding, you did have like a bit of a setback, use that money as cushion to get back on your feet. Don't blow it all on your honeymoon. And also do not bank on what people are going to give you. Do not bank on money that you haven't received yet, because you'll be surprised. There'll be a lot of people who have a lot of input on what you guys should have at your wedding, and they'll also be the ones showing up with an empty card. So do not bank on, oh, we're going to get this money back. Do not put all your money into your first vacation with each other on your honeymoon, because if that's not the lifestyle that you can actually live comfortably, then why do it for the weekend for other people? Do what's going to make you guys happy, and also what's going to keep you guys afloat. Which brings me into number three. You're not doing it for yourself. If you are going beyond your budget and you are not sticking to the script, baby, you are doing it for everybody else. Because if you're doing it for you, you're going to stick to what works for you. So once you start going beyond your means and going outside of your budget, you're doing it for someone else. You're letting social media pressure you. You're letting this fake reality. And I mean, granted, some people can afford it, but you might not be in the same place as they are. It doesn't mean that you guys can't have a bigger celebration later, but I can promise you 9 times out of 10 you probably won't even want to. If you are just that hard up on having like this really big extravagant wedding, please make sure that you're doing it for you and not for everyone else. A lot of women, brides I should say more so, and I'm not saying that men don't do this at all, but most of the time it's mainly the women, it's mainly us women who want all of these crazy extravagant things. You know, we have this vision of freaking flowers hanging from the ceiling, rose petals all over the floor. I don't know, whatever. I'm just trying to paint a picture for you guys. People want to come in on a horse and carriage. All that is not necessary. You're really doing it for someone else. When I think about what I envisioned for my wedding, honestly, it could have been in the park. Like I could have literally just had the scenery around me because I love like outdoors. And you can do something as simple as that. Just have an outdoor wedding where it's somewhere where it's free, where it's not putting you, into debt, and it's not a setback. Do what really is going to make you happy and not doing things for everybody else. If you don't desire a ballroom, then it's okay. And you don't have to get married inside of a ballroom. Don't do anything that is going to make other people happy, because all your guests should be there to make you happy. Granted, you're getting married, but we are putting a party together for everyone else's enjoyment when we're there to celebrate us. So that's why I say, as much as you can, as best as you can, do it for you and stop trying to satisfy everyone else. And that brings me into number 4. What you have in mind is enough. Whatever it is you guys had in mind, do not let small things that you see along the way, other brides that you may watch on the internet or things that you may see on social media, reflect into what it is that you thought was good enough. What you thought was good enough is enough. Trust it, believe it, own it. And guess what? Everything is just going to flow. Everything is going to be so beautiful. Paint your own picture of what a beautiful wedding is and stick to it. Whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you feel as though is good enough, it is good enough because it is your wedding. So do what it is that is going to be pleasing to you. Stop trying to please everyone else. You do not need to be any more of a people pleaser. You are pleasing them enough, because half the time it costs a lot to feed people at your wedding. They're charging like $100 a plate. If you do have things in mind that can help you save along the way, trust your gut. Don't worry about what anyone says. If you know how to do your own flowers, do your own flowers. If you're not doing your own makeup, do your own makeup. Save money however you can. If you can do your own hair, do your own hair. Trust that that is good enough. Your husband doesn't care if you have a makeup artist on your wedding day. I can almost bet you your husband will not notice that you didn't have a makeup artist, that you not have a professional hairstylist. Granted, who doesn't want those things on their wedding day? But I'm just saying, if you feel as though you do your own makeup good enough for your standards, then stick with that. If you feel like you can actually do the same thing as a florist, then go with it. If you feel as though you look good in that $300 dress, stick with it. The way you see yourself, that confidence is going to show when you feel good. You should have the last say over your dress. You do not need a train that is 20 feet long in order to feel beautiful on your wedding day. You can have a very simple, elegant dress, not break the bank on a dress. You're going to wear that dress for a few hours, take a couple of pictures in it, and then that's it. The dress is going to collect dust. This will not be the last dress that you wear for the rest of your life. This is the dress that you wore to marry your best friend, your everything, your partner, your husband. All right? And he does not care that it was a 20-foot long train. You're doing it for someone else. So like I said, do what's going to make you happy, what makes you feel good, what you feel comfortable, and that should be your final say. Whatever meets you guys' standards, that should be your final say. You do not need all these other things to be a beautiful bride. You are already beautiful enough for your husband. It didn't take that wedding gown for him to realize, oh my God, that should be my wife. Whatever it is that you want to do for your wedding, if you do not want to have flowers at all, if you do not want to wear a really long extravagant dress, if you don't want to have this really done up hairstyle, if that's not your thing, if you don't want to be overdone up with makeup, whatever it is that you desire, just stick to that. Just stick to it. Stop trying to please everyone. Just stick to what it is that you really want to do. And that brings me into number 5. It is only one day. It is only one day to the rest of your forever. One day. One day. It's going to go so fast. It's going to go so fast. You can have everything mapped out, everything planned out, but it's going to go so fast. Regardless of what it is that you do, you can be on time. Everything could go in a flow. I don't know any bride where everything just really just was perfect. Granted, things are going to happen. It doesn't mean that your day still won't feel perfect to you, but things just are going to happen. Things are going to go wrong on your wedding day. It's just not going to end your wedding, but things can go wrong. Things went wrong on my wedding day. No one would know. I knew, but at the end of the day, it wasn't all the flowers that were there. It wasn't the dress. It wasn't the rings. It wasn't the photographers or the food or the cake. It wasn't any of the decor. It wasn't any of those things. It was truly just the memories that we created, the energy that was in the room, the love that was in the room, the way that we just loved on each other that day, that made that day so special. It wasn't anything materialistic is what I'm trying to tell you. So you can spend all your life savings for this one day, But I'm going to tell you, none of that is going to matter. What matters most is the love that you guys share, the memories that you're going to create that day. And it's not going to take any materialistic things to make that day any more special than you guys are going to make that day. People are going to go off the energy of you two. So if you feel as though, oh my gosh, I just showed up and I didn't have the perfect makeup and my makeup didn't come out right. If you're feeling doubty, then people are going to notice that. If you're feeling like a nervous wreck and you're stressed out, that energy is going to betray. But if you show up and you say, you know what, we don't have it all, but we have each other, and I just want to enjoy this day, and I just want to make this day special for you, and you want to make this day special for me, things are going to be so beautiful. All people are going to see is that you guys are in love. They're going to fall in love with you guys being in love, and that's all that's going to matter. Stick to your guns, stick to your budget, and let me tell you, beautiful things happen even on a budget. All right, don't let no one tell you any different. I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick chat. I just wanted to hop on camera and just tell you guys, because I know there is a bride out there stressed out, ready to spend her life savings, borrow money, getting loans out. And let me tell you, you do not have to do it. I didn't do it. My wedding was beautiful, and I'm going to talk a lot more about my wedding and how all the things that I did to save money in a future video. So please make sure that you hit the subscribe button, because I was definitely a DIY bride and I do not regret it. But that is for another day. That's a story for another day. That is definitely a story for another day. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please make sure that you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.